I booked on this corporate job, and it was in Arkansas, and it was a morning show, so we had to fly in the night before on this little puddle jumper airplane in this remote airstrip at night. I was not thrilled. When we landed on the runway at night, we hit a deer with our airplane. You cannot make this up. And it killed the deer, it wrecked the engine, we had to evacuate the plane. Well, they put us in this little minivan, and they're busting us back to this terminal, and I'm laughing at this point, because this is the dumbest thing I've ever seen in my life. I mean, how do you hit a deer with an airplane? So I called my wife on the cell phone, I said, baby, you're not going to believe this. We just hit a deer with our airplane. And there was a silence on the other end of the line, followed by, oh my God, were you on the ground? I said, nope, Santa was making one last run. Here's your sign.
Though the various idiocy and controversy we're surrounded by every day on politics alone, I decided we needed to stretch out a little bit this week and go looking for something, anything that did not have a political connection to it. That moment Bill Engvall calls a here's your sign moment. Stupidity at a level that makes people wonder why indeed you need a license to drive a car but not one to procreate. Or in the case of what we're about to face here in America at the moment, and there I go dipping into politics again, consider these are the people that will be allowed to walk into a voting booth later on this year and cast a ballot for President of the United States. People like this mistake of nature.
With tassels on their heads and a bit of chaos in the stands.
You have a guy with a firearm?
He shot himself in the leg and there's another wounded.
Augusta High School's graduation somehow went on as planned.
Well, let's just cut to the chase here. The gun should have stayed in the car. An ankle in a sock is not an adequate place to put your weapon.
Police Chief Tyler Brewer says someone related to a graduate brought a semi-automatic handgun with him, similar to this one. And when it got uncomfortable in his sock, the man's attempt to readjust triggered the gun, shooting through his foot, ricocheting off the ground, and flying more than 50 feet into a woman's calf.
She was released from the hospital and, you know, as fine as can be. She's got a bullet that's in her leg.
Was in her sock. Incredible stupidity. However, at least it's not insulting stupidity. For that, we have to turn our attention over to Paul Salo. Promotes himself as someone who helps real estate agents close deals in China. If there is someone who should be swallowed whole if indeed the state of California ever does snap off and drift into the Pacific, one can only hope this guy has a front row seat.
If you are a 9/11 denier, or I shouldn't use the word denier, if you doubt anything about 9/11, we want to blast this to smithereens, or we want to prove you completely right, okay? So what we're going to do with this project is we're going to purchase a 747 or equivalent aircraft that is about to go out of service. We're going to fill it full of jet fuel, and we're purchasing a building that's about to be torn down. We're here in Thailand right now. And we've talked with the Thai military. We've worked out a couple of deals for used airplanes and used buildings. We don't have anything 100% set, but what we're going to do is we're going to purchase a building that's about to be torn down in the countryside, okay, in a safe place, so we're not going to injure anybody. We're taking a fully loaded airplane and we're going to crash it at 500 miles an hour into that building, directly into the building, using autopilot, okay? And we want to find out is what's going to happen to the building, what's going to happen to the steel, what's going to happen to the aircraft. We're going to put everything that was in 9/11, we're putting in this one. So we're putting passports, the old passports, we're going to put them around the airplane, and we're inviting everybody who contributes to this project, okay? You're welcome to come to this event, okay? So you can come with your camera. You can film anything you want. We're gonna put GoPros all over inside the building. We're gonna put them all over inside the airplane.
That's right, everybody. Come to Thailand. Watch as we make a buck off recreating the single greatest terrorist attack on American soil. Actual passports on the plane to make it look just like the real thing. Maybe we'll toss in some body bags just for good measure and then have a scavenger hunt for them on the ground. We have finally found a human being who may have fewer working brain cells than the delusional clown car drivers who still swear 9/11 was an inside job. Staged in order for the U.S. government to start a war, make Dick Cheney more millions, get Barack Obama elected, finally give Area 51 a reason to use all those holdings cells that used to hold aliens until they shuffled off the non-mortal coil, right? Let us then resolve to continue seeking out the mentally deficient of the world and mock them incessantly. For while my sainted granny taught me well and often, it's not nice to call anyone stupid, sometimes we have to admit, here's your sign.
Reporter Jonathan Lowe had to go to the bathroom so badly that he defecated on someone's lawn during a story. Releasing his bowels got him arrested when a neighbor saw that he was relieving himself. The 33-year-old reporter for KPHO was arrested Monday afternoon. An officer tasked with the job of tracking Lowe down said the suspect admitted to using the yard as an impromptu latrine. He said, "I know what you want to talk to me about. I've been feeling very sick and I've been stuck in this van all day."
Face it, America, while I swore this wasn't going to be about politics, when it comes to our current presidential choices, we are all stuck in the van. And that is telling it like it is.